The week of April promises emotional chaos and scandal in Days of Our Lives as relationships crumble, old flames reignite, and devastating accusations leave lives in ruins. Viewers should brace themselves for a dramatic week in Salem that shakes the foundation of love, trust, and family. A heart-wrenching breakup, JJ and Gabby face devastating fallout. Tension has been brewing between JJ Devereaux and Gabby Hernandez, and it's finally about to erupt. Their once promising romance is set to hit an insurmountable roadblock. What begins as lingering doubt spirals into betrayal when JJ confronts Gabby with an explosive accusation he believes she played a role in the shooting of EJ DiMera. JJ's suspicions don't come from nowhere. Gabby was indeed present at the DiMera mansion on the night of the incident, and yes, she was armed. But was she the one who pulled the trigger? The answer may surprise fans. All signs suggest that Gabby isn't guilty, at least not of pulling the trigger. And someone else may be the true culprit behind the attempted murder. Still, for Gabby, JJ's accusation cuts deep. His mistrust and readiness to believe the worst about her may be unforgivable. In a painful, emotional moment, Gabby ends things, leaving JJ alone and devastated. His heart is shattered, not just by the loss of the woman he loves, but by the knowledge that his own actions caused it. In the aftermath, JJ won't be able to let go so easily. He will embark on a desperate mission to win Gabby back, vowing to make amends and prove that his heart, if not his judgment, was in the right place. But will Gabby ever be able to forgive him for accusing her of such a horrific crime? Passion rekindled, Sammy and Rafe's night of intimacy spells trouble elsewhere in Salem. A dangerous flame is being reignited. Rafe Hernandez has been emotionally vulnerable, reeling from ongoing problems in his relationship with Jada Hunter. Just as he finds himself at a crossroads, an unexpected presence from his past offers comfort. Sammy Brady. Sammy has always had a knack for entering people's lives at just the right or wrong time. In a moment of shared history and unresolved emotions, she reaches out to Rafe and offers a shoulder to lean on. One comforting touch leads to another, and soon the past pulls them into a passionate embrace. But what begins as a moment of intimacy quickly snowballs into a full-blown scandal. Rafe and Sammy share a night together, but their secret may not stay hidden for long. Javi Hernandez, Rafe's own son, becomes an unexpected witness to their rendezvous. Whether he sees it firsthand or hears whispers around town, Javi is about to learn something that will shake his view of his father. This tryst could have massive consequences. With Javi now aware of Rafe's betrayal, he may be the first to predict the guilt and regret that will follow. Rafe's actions could not only destroy his relationship with Jada but also damage the fragile connection he shares with his son. A prom night do-over, Tate tries to make things right with Sophia. Not every story in Salem this week is about betrayal and heartbreak. Some are about redemption and second chances. For Tate, prom night last year ended in disaster. His immature antics and bad choices left Sophia humiliated and hurt. But this year, he's determined to make things right. With Sophia now expecting a child, one might assume she'd skip the event. But Tate sees it differently. He believes that Sophia deserves a night of joy and normalcy, a chance to be a teenager again, even if just for one evening. His heartfelt invitation to the 2025 prom isn't just about attending a dance. It's a sincere effort to show how much he's grown and how deeply he regrets the pain he caused. Sophia is surprised but moved. For her, it's not just about the gesture. It's about someone seeing her as more than her pregnancy, as a young woman still worthy of celebration, romance, and a little fun. Will this invitation be the beginning of a healing journey for both of them? Trouble in the DiMera family. Chanel turns on Johnny while the mystery of EJ DiMera's shooting continues to swirl. Another DiMera family member finds himself under fire. Chanel Dupree DiMera has begun to suspect that her husband, Johnny DiMera, may not have been truthful about his whereabouts on the night EJ was shot. Johnny's story doesn't quite add up, and Chanel, who has always trusted her instincts, can't ignore the growing doubts in her mind. Tension builds between them as Chanel presses Johnny for answers. He insists he had nothing to do with the shooting, despite admitting that he had every reason to want EJ out of the picture. Caught between love and suspicion, Chanel confronts Johnny in a dramatic confrontation. The man she loves is either a victim of circumstance or a master manipulator, and she needs to know the truth. Is Johnny truly innocent, or is there more to his story than he's letting on? As Salem reels from one revelation after another, viewers can expect a week of heartbreak, romance, suspicion, and redemption. With couples torn apart, secrets exposed, and loyalties tested, The residents of Salem will be forever changed by the choices they make. And as always, in Days of Our Lives, the consequences of those choices may not be felt until it's far too late. Next week on Days of Our Lives, the streets of Salem are alive with emotion, secrets, and the ever-present tug-of-war between love and truth. Several of the town's most beloved and complicated couples will face turning points that could shape their futures. For longtime fans and devoted viewers, the drama is only getting deeper and the stakes higher. A love rekindled. Alex and Stephanie's emotional journey. In the coming episodes, viewers will witness the growing emotional bond between Alex Kyriakis and Stephanie Johnson. Their story has been anything but smooth, with a history laced with misunderstandings, jealousy, and secrets, including that infamous fake letter. Many had written them off as a couple that could never quite find their footing. But against all odds, their feelings for each other continue to deepen. There is a noticeable shift in how they interact, softer looks, more heartfelt conversations, and a shared vulnerability that has been missing in the past. Despite the deception of the letter, which threatened to rip their relationship apart, Alex and Stephanie are now choosing to lean into love rather than fear. They are learning, slowly and painfully, that trust doesn't have to be perfect to be real. Their fans should prepare for tender moments that hint at something lasting, even if more bumps in the road are sure to come. Salem has seen its fair share of love stories collapse under pressure, but this one just might beat the odds. Trouble in the Kyriakis' legacy. Vivian strikes again as Alex and Stephanie nurture their bond. Another storm brews around the Kyriakis family legacy. Vivian Alamein, ever the manipulative and unpredictable force, is back in the picture, and she's ready to stir trouble that could have devastating consequences for Philip Kyriakis and his mother, Kate Roberts Brady. Vivian has never been one to stay quiet for long. Her return to Salem promises chaos, and Philip and Kate will find themselves backed into a corner, trying to neutralize her schemes before they explode. Her presence threatens not only the family's fragile peace but also their hold over Titan, the family business that's been a cornerstone of their identity. Philip, still reeling from past emotional wounds and struggles with mental health, must now step up to confront Vivian's interference. Meanwhile, Kate, sharp as ever, is determined not to let her family's hard-earned stability unravel. However, dealing with Vivian is never simple, and even Kate's cool head might not be enough to manage what's coming. Expect tense confrontations, buried secrets being weaponized, and a power struggle that could shatter relationships just as they begin to heal. Sarah's guilt and the illusion of peace elsewhere. In Salem, another love story teeters on the edge. Sarah Horton Kyriakis is doing everything in her power to keep her marriage to Xander Kyriakis strong. But love doesn't exist in a vacuum, and Sarah is carrying a secret that threatens the fragile happiness she's trying to protect. Guilt has become a silent third party in their relationship. Although she smiles and talks about the future with Xander, inside she's wrestling with a deep unease. She wants to believe that they can have the fairy tale marriage they dreamed of, especially after all they've been through, from betrayals to baby drama. But the weight of what she's hiding is becoming unbearable. Still, Sarah refuses to let that guilt define her. Determined to focus on the present, she throws herself into planning a long-overdue anniversary getaway with Xander. It's meant to be their delayed honeymoon, a chance to escape Salem's chaos and reconnect as husband and wife. For a while, they'll talk about destinations, romantic dinners, and quiet nights away from the prying eyes of everyone who knows their history. But the tension won't stay buried forever. While Sarah daydreams about sandy beaches and candlelit dinners, reality looms like a shadow. What happens when the truth finally comes out? Will love be enough to save them, or will guilt destroy everything they've rebuilt? Heartfelt moments and brewing storms as these three couples, Alex and Stephanie, Philip and Kate, Xander and Sarah, navigate the complicated waters of love, family, and legacy. One thing is certain. No one in Salem escapes the consequences of their past. Each moment of tenderness is underscored by a quiet tension, a question of whether peace can last in a town built on secrets. For longtime fans of Days of Our Lives, this upcoming stretch of episodes promises the perfect blend of romance and drama, reconciliation and betrayal. The characters may be searching for peace, but in true Salem fashion, the past always finds a way to knock on the door just when it seems safe to hope again. So buckle up. Whether you're rooting for Alex and Stephanie's second chance, hoping Philip and Kate can outmaneuver Vivian once again, or praying that Sarah and Xander can overcome what lies between them, the days ahead will keep you guessing and feeling every step of the way.